Yeah, we're back. And yeah, we actually wanted to get your opinion on something.
Yes.
The Queen.
I don't think they're relevant.
You don't think?
No. I don't know what they do. I mean, they have a government. I'm not a royalist. My great grand was. She had paraphernalia everywhere. But again, she was 97 when she passed, so you know she came from that era where they were probably important. But the thing that shits me is that, like they're treated like celebrities, but they're just a really rich family, from what I gather. I've done no research on it, to be honest. But
did you know they were German?
No.
Okay. Did you know that one of their family members was connected to the Nazi
That doesn't surprise me.
regime?
Now that you told me, that doesn't surprise me.
Did you know that?
All of a sudden, I've got an interest.
Oh no, there's
I know one of them was a pedo.
Oh no, yeah, a shitload of them pedos, God. But no, they were part of the the Nazi party. They were part of Hitler's whole thing.
No, I did not know that.
Connected to Hitler, but not connected in marriage or anything like that. Connected to the Tsar of Russia.
I actually don't know what the Tsar is.
Tsar is like the king and queen.
Okay, yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
So it's a whole connection. So if you actually watch their whole royal family setup,
yep,
it's not as clean as people make it out to be.
I knew a lot of them were anemic due to inbreeding. That's about it. But it just kind of shits me, like there's bigger problems in the world, and then like this is why I don't watch news most of the time, because like they'll say 3 died in a car accident. The weather's going to be shit, look out for hailstones the size of golf balls, bring your cars indoors, blah blah blah. There's an asthma warning for people who are asthmatic, and then they follow the news off with, and Meghan Markle got snapped coming out of a pool today. Well, fuck off, that's not news. Like,
yeah, but how come we're so in love with it? This is the part that I don't get. Alright, no, okay, me or you are not in love with these people. The majority of Australians will love the royal family.
I don't know. I can't get my head around that. I understand that as much as toilet paper hoarding.
Yeah, true.
I don't get it. They don't do anything for our country as far as I'm aware.
Well, they don't. I mean,
except for tourism, when they come over, like people have to get a photo with it. But does it cost anything?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't like it.
I don't get it.
It's basically if they wanted to be, if we're going to be part of the monarchy, the way I look at it is we should have had our own we should have been part of them with our dollar, not Australia being their own dollar.
Is in us using pounds?
Yeah, pounds sterling, yes.
Okay.
Why are we paying for her?
Well, yeah.
But we actually have our own money.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like the Brits will come here.
Yeah.
Right. They're what is it? $1.50
to a pound or something.
Or something like that.
Something
yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And we go over to Britain and we get raped.
Yeah.
We got away from
financially.
Raped.
Yeah.
All the criminals left.
Yeah. True. Well, they kept all the pedos there. We were just bread loaf stealers here.
Bread loaf stealers and all that sort of shit. But yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I mean, I don't trust them. And that's my conspiracy side coming out again. I don't fucking trust anybody.
No, you can't.
It's just weird. It's like, I don't know. Not that I want any fighting. I don't want wars. I don't want any of that shit. But it's just, I don't know. God, that'd be great.
Do we need kings and queens in this day and age? I mean, the thing I don't understand is, they're king and queen, all that sort of shit, but then they have a government under them who make all the decisions.
Oh, they've still got to go through her. She's got a bit of power.
Aren't they broke?
They were.
I thought they were like proper broke.
They were until we started paying them again.
Oh, okay.
So not just us, but I'm saying all the Commonwealth countries out there.
Right.
So it's just sad. It's like literally one of the monarchies that one of maybe I don't know, let's say 10 monarchies that are still going.
Yeah.
The rest of them are sort of slowly just dissipated.
So we're an investment property.
Pretty much, yeah. She's
right.
basically coming out to their families coming out to Australia and all the rest of it. And this is my point. Like, or going back to the point. Why did Harry just go? I'm done. I'm walking away. Think about it for a minute.
Probably wanted his own space.
That's bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Prince Philip touched. No, who Prince Andrew touched him? I don't know. In distance. Who knows?
Yeah, but
That story will come out one day.
oh yeah, no, but
We've all got a creepy uncle.
yeah, I suppose, but fuck that shit.
Who knows? Maybe that's an Australian thing. I don't know.
No, but it's just weird. It's just like, yeah.
For the record, Margle's not creepy, he's just a dickhead. But
Yeah. Ditto to that.
I don't know. I just don't see how they have any relevance. Like, I mean, I look at it as a religion. To be honest, like people believe in and people fucking worship and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know what they do.
Yeah, but they're forcing it. Like you see the media, they force it on like the young set. They're like, oh my god, it's queen. Who gives a fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I don't care. Fuck her.
You wouldn't.
Like Ali G. Remember Ali G? that's the best.
Chef in heaven.
Yeah.
Respect. That is probably. I don't think we've talked about movies, have we? Because that is top 5 favourite movies for me. I grew up watching that. I fucking love Ali G.
Ali G. Have you watched Night at the Roxbury?
Would you do a dance for me?
You watched that one?
I have. Is that the one where it's got
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell and
I don't know his name.
the guy who looks like Jimmy Kimmel, but it's not Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, the little short one. Yeah. He's got a fucking massive drug problem now.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's horrible.
No. He had actually fucked his back up. And so
Yeah.
he got on painkillers.
Oh, that's understandable. Okay, I feel for it.
And he's fucking, he's like he just can't do, like he did a lot of physical comedy.
Oh shit.
And so basically he's so fucking out of it
Yeah.
that for him, they sort of banished him out of the whole,
Yeah.
like he was Will's second man, you know. He
Oh
was,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he did a lot of shit with him, you know what I mean? Can't remember his name.
No, neither.
His name.
All right. Favorite movies. What have you got?
Ooh.
What are your go-tos? Seeing as we've got lockdown coming up potentially.
Okay. Midnight Run.
Right.
I don't think you've ever seen that.
No problem.
That's old school Robert De Niro.
Oh.
Charles Graham.
I've probably seen it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when he's a bounty hunter that used to be a cop.
Oh, okay.
And then he goes on this road trip to go get this accountant. And he goes to New York, grabs the accountant. He's got to hike him all over the country to bring him back to
Right.
that bail bonds guy.
No, actually, no, I don't think I've seen that. I've seen the title, I think.
That's one. 2, Untouchables.
Yep.
De Niro, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
You'll love that movie.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, so he pulls a knife. I'll give you one of the lines out of the movie. He turns around to him and goes, this is, what's his name? Kevin Costner to Sean Connery. They're in the church.
I'm sorry, Kevin Costner's a shit actor.
He was a pretty boy.
Very one-dimensional.
But he was a pretty boy. That was his whole spiel back in the,
Oh, was it? Okay.
you know, late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, he was in there, he's playing Ness, and he's like, yes, Mr. Ness, how can I help you? He goes, I just want to know how to get Al Capone. And he turns around and he goes, this is how you get Capone. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of yours to the morgue. That's how you get Al Capone, and that's the Chicago way. Love that movie.
Alright, what's next?
Next. Comedies. I've actually got a couple of comedies that I okay, romantic comedy.
You could just watch over and over again, like
Yeah,
for your
alright.
isolation.
You're gonna
period.
turn around to me and go, "You're a fucking trans testicle gay, whatever." But I love this movie, man.
I wouldn't, but yeah, hit me. I might call you a soft cop.
French Kiss.
Never heard of it.
It's got Kevin Kline in it. You must know Kevin Kline from Fish Called Wanda, the guy with the moustache.
No.
No, yeah. Anyway, he's a great actor.
I thought he was a fucking poster boy for No, I'm thinking Calvin Klein. No, my bad. No.
Yeah, you got to watch a couple of his movies.
No, we're not talking fragrance. All right.
He's done January Man. He's done Fish Called Wanda. He's done a fucking shitload of movies. He's done even.
Yep.
I can't remember. Anyway, but that's a go-to movie. It's got Meg Ryan in it. I love that movie.
Yep.
It's set. It's set in France. He's like a conman. He basically cons his way into her.
Into her heart.
Into her heart. Yeah. And it's a fucking.
I don't need to see it. I just fucking worked it out.
It's actually a great movie.
All right.
And the other comedy, Club Paradise. Have you ever seen that?
Club Paradise.
Robin Williams. It's not a mainstream Robin Williams movie.
I thought you were talking about Broken Lizard guys, Club Paradiso.
No.
Okay, right.
Club Paradise. I haven't seen Club Paradiso.
It's not bad.
No.
It's hard to go from Super Troopers to watching that because Super Troopers was fucking incredible.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's good.
Have you seen their series? They did that. It was like a fire chief and coppers and stuff like that.
No.
There was a new one. I think it came out last year. I can't remember what it was called. I caught it a few times.
I know they've been working on something, but I'm not up to date with what. Because I watched Super Troopers 2 when that came on Netflix, and that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with movies. Like, you know, the sequel's never as good as the first. But
Absolutely.
For that long in between drinks of Super Troopers,
Yep.
it wasn't disappointing. It was just different. But
It's still good.
oh yeah, it's still worth it.
It's still worth a watch.
If you like Super Troopers and you like all the other shit they've done, like Beer Fest and fuck, what was the other one? Beer Fest and I can't remember the other one, but it's still worth watching.
Yeah, but they did this series, and I can't remember what it was called. The Super Trooper guys,
Broken Lizard.
Broken Lizard. That's it. Keep talking. I'm gonna Google something.
I'll do my movies.
Yeah, sorry. Your movie. What are your movies?
You've probably seen me wear a Snatch shirt
Yeah, you love Snatch.
on stage and in the podcast. So much so that I've named 2 of my cats after it. Boris and Turkish. So Snatch, Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels.
Rock and roller.
Yeah, I like rock and roll, but not as much.
Okay.
I'll still watch it if it's on, but this has got nothing on Snatch, to be honest. But LEG in the House, fucking love that. Saving Private Ryan still, just because of how much effort, and that comes back to World War II thing again. I don't know how accurate it was, but I love a good war movie. Oh fuck. Docos and shit, but they're not movies. But yeah, they
What about action?
Action. I'm a massive fan of the Bond movies.
Yeah.
But you can't watch too many in a row because it's all very predictable. But you know, they're big movies for a reason. Like you know, the cutting edge at the time and all that sort of shit. Jaws. I could watch Jaws any fucking day of the week.
Jaws, it's
Fucking love Jaws. It's one of the best fucking movies.
What was your first ever movie that you went to see in the cinema?
It was probably first. I'm sure my parents took me along to get some time out of the house or whatever. But the first movie I remember watching on the big screen was Star Wars: A New Hope.
That's it.
But that was in Wonthaggi. We had a what do you call it, holiday home down there, and they just put any sort of movie on.
Yeah.
And my uncle and his partner at the time like, you need to see this movie. Blah blah blah. So we went down. I think it would have been about 7 or something. But funny story actually. When I was 13, I reckon, would have been school holidays. Mum always worked through kind of things. So I was living at the grandparents for a bit. And my uncle, who unfortunately has passed, Wes, massive influence on me, and a fucking horrible influence on me as well. But I love him for it.
Yeah.
He was back between living overseas and stuff, and he was staying in the room opposite me. And he was the young kid in the family, so I think there was only 15 years difference between me and him, sort of thing. So he was like a big brother, and he goes to the video shop. He goes to the video shop, Corona. He goes to the video shop and he's got a stack of movies for us to watch over holidays. And my grandparents like, oh, you know, just remember Geordie's young, like you can't watch anything too crazy, blah blah blah. My uncle goes, no, it's okay. I've got this documentary. It's about if aliens were to land. And my grandparents like, oh, okay, that sounds reasonable. And he puts in Starship Troopers. He puts in Starship Troopers, and that's got to be one of my all-time favourite movies now. But he's just sitting there like, yeah, no, this is very informative. If aliens ever landed, like, we're fucked, kind of thing.
Yeah.
My grandparents are just like, oh, I don't know if this is appropriate, blah, blah, blah. Then the shower scene comes up. This is the first time I saw titties on the screen. I was like, this is incredible. And there's these big fucking arachnid things that are just ripping people apart and stuff. And I think that might be. I think that might be enough. Are you okay watching this? I'm like, yeah. I'm learning heaps. So they went to bed and we stayed up like eating ice cream, watching Starship Troopers. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, Starship Troopers would be up there for me. The remakes of that were shit out. Not remakes, the sequels of that were shit out. But but Jaws, yeah, I can. First time I saw that, I think my dad showed me, and he had the book, he had the original novel, and I don't know where the fuck it is, and if I've lost it, I'll be kicking myself. But again, book's better than the movie, but the movie was fucking incredible. Like, no CGI, all puppeteering, all balls, all that sort of shit. And I always wanted to, you know, just flash back to see people's reactions on the big screen of them getting fucked up by a shark, just being like, oh my god! Like, but the Astor Theatre in Windsor, if you're not familiar with it, they do, they'll have like themes, like if you wanted to go see Alien, like 6 aliens or all the Lord of the Rings and that sort of shit, they have dedicated days once a month, all that sort of shit for movies like that. And a friend of mine got me tickets to see Jaws, because they had Jaws, like the original, not the digital re-edit and all that sort of shit, but it was the closest thing I got to it. Yeah. So I got you can buy the movie poster afterwards and like reprints, all that sort of shit.
Oh, awesome.
It's fucking brilliant. So good. But the movie's not about the shark. That's what people don't understand. It's about greed. Yeah. Like, they know there's a problem, but the mayor has to keep it open because it's a summer town and everyone just gets fucked by it. But yeah, it's such a good movie.
Jeez.
But
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that I didn't like Jaws because in year 12 I had to do a whole fucking report on it.
Oh fuck yeah, no, I completely.
When you've got to go through, like we did Spielberg, we had to go through Spielberg, Hitchcock, all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be media just making movies and shit. Yeah, this was fucking theory, man. And we had to go through their movies and analyse exactly the shots and this and all this.
Oh no, that'd kill it for you.
I fucking ruined it. You know what I mean?
Completely understand that.
We watched it all. I mean, I've watched, like I said to you, I think once before, I've watched a shitload of movies over the years, and I still do. I love getting lost in a movie. Yeah. I can't stand sometimes when the movie's too predictable.
Yeah, I hate that.
You know, it's just whatever. Yeah.
How do you feel about trailers? Because I think trailers ruin a movie sometimes. Like,
depends how much. If I'm wanting to see a movie, you know what I mean. Like I'm wanting to, if it grabs me, and then I go to the movie and that's the movie. If you know what I'm trying to say, like
it's
that's 2 minutes of whatever they're showing.
Yeah.
And you walk in there, and that's it. That's the 2 minutes. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, you just fucked it all up for me.
Yeah. There's some movies I've seen, like, well, not I don't go to movies because I hate listening to people eat, but the trailers completely fuck it. Like, and I feel a lot of movies these days are just money grabs. Like Black Panther. Yeah. I know I'm a white dude and I probably can't say this, but that was a shit movie. Yeah. Like, it was an absolute rip-off of every superhero movie there's ever been, and then it had almost direct copies of battle scenes from, like, I said to someone I said to my mate when I saw it with, I was like, if you've seen Avatar, if you've seen Lord of the Rings, if you've seen Star Wars, and if you've seen like Wolverine sort of thing, or one of the main 5 food groups of the superhero universe, you've already seen Black Panther.
Do you think? Oh, I don't want to sound racist or anything, but do you think Hollywood's doing that to appease certain groups?
No, this has nothing to do with race. It was just a shit movie. Like, it was just an absolute money grab. But yeah, I agree they might be in some degree, but like, it just, the movie had no substance whatsoever. I understand how, you know, having an all-female cast or an all-black cast or an all-Asian cast or whatever is like groundbreaking for people, but at the end of the day, you're selling entertainment.
But it was a whole Asian, it was a whole black cast.
Majority, yeah, but it was just, there was no substance to it. Like, it was direct rip-offs of other movies. It's like, nah, forget everything you've seen, watch this.
And this afternoon, Joy will be doing blackface. Oh, come on, you know I was rolling with that.
I'm not going to recreate Black Panther, no. All that movie needed was Will Smith to make it just that little bit shit up, but it was just like, no, there was just no substance in it whatsoever. Like, there's been black superheroes, but people in all sorts of, I'm digging myself a hole here, but it's just like,
that comes next. I've got a joke for you.
No, but it was just like, there was no substance in that at all.
But that's the thing, I mean, like you're saying, I mean, I love those, I'm a 47-year-old man that loves Marvel movies.
Oh, I fucking love superhero movies.
I love it. I don't know why, like, I'll be honest with you, the DC.
Who's DC again? That's Batman.
Batman and all that. I'm not a big.
Okay, what about like the Dark Knight franchise? Really?
You know what spoiled it for me? What? They kept changing.
Yes. Okay.
That spoiled it for me. If you stuck with one guy,
yeah, okay,
he's the guy.
Yeah.
With you know what I mean? Like all these, like, okay, you know it's predictable Thor and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's the same bloke.
Thor does nothing for me. It's some cunt with a hammer. I couldn't
No, I get it, but I mean, like, even bloody what's called Tony Stark and all that sort of shit. You know, it's the same character. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys have gone Batman. He's you know, Christian Bale. Oh, he's bloody Michael Keaton. What's his name? Bloody George Clooney. Yeah. And it's not the same. It's not consistent for me.
No.
And so I'm sort of trying to follow this story, and I got to admit, when they did I think it was Christian Bale, whatever his name is.
Christian Bale.
Yeah. When they did the one with
Tom Hardy or
no, when it might have been with Tom Hardy. Was that the one where he went into China and he went up that bloody mountain to find that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That was really
good.
Like that got me really pulled back in.
Bane, what a fucking character. I just wish they mixed it differently.
Yeah.
Like, had they mixed the audio to sound like he was actually in the room, not overdubbed?
Yeah.
That's the only thing they fucked up on that. But I love Tom Hardy. I'm a massive Tom Hardy fan.
He's great too. I mean, like, you've obviously seen the one, what is it, Lawless?
Probably.
With the three brothers, they're fucking moonshine runners.
No, actually. No, I'm thinking of something else.
You've got to watch that. It's a fucking awesome movie.
Yeah,
like,
done.
It's got Shia LaBeouf or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Yeah.
alright. He's hard to watch, but it's not a bad storyline.
Yeah.
He plays this fucking awesome, tough ass character.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a good movie, and he's a great actor.
Have you seen Venom?
No.
Oh.
Good.
Recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite movies.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking love Venom. Well, because that's how I feel when I hear someone eating loudly.
Okay.
Fucking rip them apart. But yeah, because he's not exactly a hero. He's an anti-hero, but like he just doesn't give a fuck. It's great.
But it's the thing. It's just the way sometimes some superheroes he's tough in that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't believe Michael Keaton as Batman.
Fair. Okay.
I can't believe George Clooney as Batman.
Where's my coffee?
Yeah, an espresso.
Yeah,
Thank you.
espresso.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll get that.
What's his name? Bloody Ben Affleck. Yeah, I could see him. Yeah, he's another actor that's a bit hard to watch for all the shit that he goes through. But I could believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now they got that prick from that vampire movie. What's it called? Twilight. They got the dude from Twilight as Batman.
There you go. So that's fucking retarded. that's the thing I don't get. I mean, if you're gonna do a franchise, stick to the fucking same guy.
Yeah.
Drag, you know, you're gonna flow this story. It's gonna work better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, maybe they want to get typecast. Like it's the same thing, like the Born Supremacy.
That was good.
They were great, and when they put that guy in there,
They changed it, didn't they?
they changed the guy. What was his name?
Matt Damon was the first one.
Matt Damon. He did the first three. Or was it?
Yeah. 3 or 4.
No, first three. Then the fourth one was that other guy. I can't remember. He's the guy that plays the Arrow guy in fucking the Marvel movies.
Oh. Yeah.
Can't remember
Yeah.
his name.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. But anyway, he played that. He played the character, and it just wasn't
It's
working.
not the same.
And then they went back to the last one was him.
Was it?
Yeah, he came
Oh,
back.
that's interesting.
He came back after that. So for me, that was awesome because you brought the same character back.
Yeah.
Got me dragged in. I was there. I was invested. I want to watch this.
But on the same token as well, like I'm a James Bond fan,
Yeah.
and you know, each actor who does James Bond maybe does like 6 movies. That's it.
Yeah, but you're still invested in that 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like 6 is plenty.
It's almost like a lineup change for a band.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's.
You know what I mean? But when you're doing one, next one, you lose that continuity.
Did you ever watch 007?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite Bond? Or two favourite Bonds?
I love what's his name? What's his name? I said the outside before.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
He just got that suave about him.
Yeah.
And I never liked what's his name? Roger Moore. Just didn't sell me.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't.
He had some of the best lines though. I can't think of one
Don't get
right
me wrong,
now.
but you know where it
he
spoiled
was
it.
dirty.
He spoiled it for me because he did the Cannibal Run. You ever watched the Cannibal Run with the cars? He was in that, and he played the same sort of character as Bond.
Oh yeah, fuck that. No.
So he ruined the mystique.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know, and who else? Connery, obviously. I mean, but that's that old school.
Yeah.
You know, the old school suave.
I gotta say, I love Daniel Craig.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's alright. I mean, but I don't think he's got suave. Bond's got to have that ability to pull a chick. I'm not saying he's ugly.
He pulls the action shit though.
The action shit he does well.
Nails the action shit. Yeah.
But you still need that. He's got to pick the pussy up, bro.
It's just as important as getting the mission done. Yeah.
He's got the 9mm. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
You know, I know he can fight and all the rest of it. Whereas we know what's going to happen at the
9mm
last
and 10 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, the last
That'll be the next Bond movie that comes out. 9mm and 10 inches.
Yeah. And the last part of the movie is always they're in bed.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't make it believable. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the rest of them have had that believability or whatever the word is about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
Like I like it. For me, it's all about getting lost in the movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If I can get lost in that movie,
It's the whole point of watching it. Yeah.
that's all I'm watching it for.
Did you ever watch Titanic?
Yes.
What do you think?
It was alright.
Yeah.
I didn't like hate it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. Like some people were like, "Oh my god, best movie ever made." Nah. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best movie ever made.
The amount of effort put in. Like,
You know.
I like a movie when you can see there's effort put in.
Yeah.
Like the new Star Wars. Like the storylines might be a bit wishy-washy and repeated and all that sort of shit. But the effort they put in, like they build the whole sets like they did back in the day and all that sort of shit. Like they're fucking good in that respect, and the action's great. Storyline shit house, but like
Oh look, when you see this, they're done well with the sets, and this is like my point about Untouchables with De Niro and Connery and all that.
Yeah.
Like that's done fucking well.
Yeah.
When you see Chicago, and you're just like, fuck, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm 100% invested in this.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's the thing. I want to lose in that 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about my shit.
That's what I love about the Snatch.
You get
Like
in there.
Guy Ritchie movies.
He's a
You
great
have
director.
to. You have to fucking pay attention.
He's a great director.
You can't have that person sitting there talking and social commentary during
Oh,
movies.
fucking hell, stab it, man.
Shut the fuck up.
I
Yeah.
can't stand that. Or one of your mates going, what do you think? What do you think? So fucking shut the fuck up, bro.
If I'm showing someone a movie and we get 15 minutes, I got a 15-minute rule. If they're not invested in 15, if they don't look like they're invested in the movie, I'll pause it and say, hey, Benny, you enjoying this? We can watch something else.
Yeah.
From there, my obligation as a host is done.
Don't ever get married. It's all about money.
No, I'm not marriage material. That's fine.
And when you do get married, it's sort of like just find out that she likes things that you like in the sense of movies and shit. Because God.
No, I'm not marriage material. I know that.
Nothing beats the. We're gonna watch a movie tonight. Yeah, absolutely. You put something on. Oh, I don't know. Just we're gonna watch a movie. Oh, I don't know.
I can't stand talking through movies. Like, fucking. That's why I don't go to normal movies.
My old mate used to do that. God rest his soul. My old mate used to do the one thing that used to fucking trip me out. Would be like watching a movie and then he'd be like, the movie would finish. He'd be like, oh, let's watch something else. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. And I'd be like, what do you want to watch? You know, just tell me, put it on. You know.
Yeah.
That guy, Jordan. You know that guy. That guy. The guy. And you're sitting there going, the guy. The guy. Well, what guy? The guy. The guy that I saw last week in that show that I saw last week.
Yeah, that movie.
Guy. Remember that guy?
That guy in that movie.
That guy, if you can get him, I want that guy. And you're sitting there going, what the fucking guy are you talking about, mate? You're killing me here. But the guy. Which fucking guy?
Yeah.
So we used to have these arguments and he'd be like, and he'd look at me, God, rest his soul, and be like, nah, fuck you, I'm not watching this. How the fuck did that turn on me?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, he was a big avid movie fan. I mean, but I do. I love movies. I always have. But I've got to get lost in the movie. I don't care if it's fucking art house.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Is there a genre that you can't do?
No.
No?
No, I can do anything.
I can't do sad movies.
Nah.
I think life's sad enough. Why take on someone else's idea?
No, but it's good. It just opens your mind up a little bit.
No, I don't need that.
I don't know.
I don't need that. I'm already overthinking what I've got in my life. I don't need another fucking perspective of what if you said that to that person 10 years ago? Like, fuck no.
Yeah,
no, I don't need that. No.
Well, I've never seen Marley and Me.
No, don't.
I couldn't. Oh, mate, I've got a label.
Yeah, no, you can't. No, see, that came out when I was working at the video shop.
Yeah.
So I got this gig at a video shop when I was 13, I think. Best job I've ever had, apart from working at the strippers, obviously. But I used to get a stack of movies, and here was the best bit. So we weren't allowed to watch TV during the week. That was Mum's rule, and that's probably why I can't listen to people eat. Because as soon as dinner came out, no TV, no music. It was family time, and that's probably why I can't eat with people anymore, more than one person. But I was like, no, I have to watch these movies. It's for work. So I worked there like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. It was the fucking best. So I used to get a stack of movies. I had my own shelf, staff picks, blah blah blah. That was me. I got given like they knew I had a Nintendo 64. Yeah. So any new games that came out, I had to rate them. I had to do all sorts. It was fucking brilliant.
Yes, I had a video shop job as well back in the 80s.
It was the best.
Yeah, and the videos would just come out.
Yep.
Yeah, they'd come out and you'd be like, all right, it's got 20 copies in.
Yeah.
And then you'd like put all the tags on and shit. Yeah. And you'd be like, oh, I've got to put this on. I want to be the first to watch it.
I need this for later. Yeah. I was there when DVDs kicked in. I was like, fuck, we can put so many more of these on the shelf. But then I was also there when, like, obviously it's not high speed now, but like when dial-up was getting phased out. And that was scary. Like the change was within a month.
Yeah. Like
regulars stopped coming in. Like, oh no, we can stream this. Like that was the first time I ever heard streaming. I was like, fuck is streaming? Yeah. Like it was crazy. Yeah. And they went out of business unfortunately about 5 years after that. But yeah.
That was amazing. Like, but it was funny. Like I used to, Jesus, when I finished high school, and it was a good probably 6 months after that. It was just movies.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Movies. And video clientele.
Yeah. Where's your pornos?
It'd be like, no. I never actually got any pornos from it. It'd be like, I'd get the new release, and they used to have you get the new release and the 7 weeklies.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And so I turned around and get the 7 weeklies and my new release. I'd be watching a fucking movie. My parents would be like, "Are you getting a fucking job yet?" Yeah, I'll go get there.
It's like $10 for $10 for like 10 hours of entertainment. It's ridiculous.
And then I'd forget to return it, and then be going back there. Oh, but you haven't returned it. And I remember one video shop they used to do the no rewind policy where you actually have to pay.
Yeah.
You know, you got because the tape wasn't around.
Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, we had to do it. But I remember I worked for this absolute tight ass of a bloke, and he was just smart. He came from the car industry, and then he came into. Him and his brother had separate video shops.
Yep.
And they were about maybe 2 or 3 suburbs across.
Yep.
So it was a competition between who could rent the most or sell the most, blah blah blah, whatever. And there was this company that came out. You know, in your, I've seen them now at like service stations. Like you'd be filling up your car, and a little dude comes up to you and goes, "You can buy this polish that you can apply it in an hour, and your car looks brand new." Blah. I was like, "Mate, are you looking at my car? There's half fucking paint job on it. Like, relax." But there were these people who came out to video shops and was like, "Okay, here's this secret formula we've got. Here's this machine. It cleans the DVD, gets rid of scratches, all that sort of shit." And my boss was like, "I'm not paying fucking $20 a bottle for this shit." And he looked at the fluid, and he looked at the DVD, and he smelt the DVD. He goes, "I've smelt that before." And he gets a little bit of it on his finger, straight in the mouth, and goes, "That's Jif."
That's it.
That's Jif. So from then on out, he bought Jif, because Jif was essentially a cutting compound for dishes.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't use it on Teflon. So like, he fucked everything off, and he started selling his own bottles of Jif as DVD cleaners. But for $5, if you had any DVDs at home that were scratched or a bit shitty and all, so you bring them in, he put them on the machine and it buffed them. Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, so yeah, he was just using Jif. He made a mint. Well, not a mint, but you know,
he made money.
He made money off it. Yeah, very smart man. But
Hilarious.
that shit was the best.
Fucking Jif.
God damn, but I'll never forget. Before it closed, it got taken over by. There was a lady working part-time with me, and her husband was apparently the second biggest dude in Australia, like weightlifting. You looked at him like, "Man, you can't even touch your own dick, let alone wipe your own ass. Think, fuck, you got a missus." Like, he was just.
He was a big boy.
Just a beefcake. He looked like a human sausage. Like, he was fucking huge. And like, he thought he was a biker, so he had this Harley and all this sort of shit. Anyway, so when they took over, after the changeover period happened, all that sort of shit, I was one of the only staff members that stayed on. And he goes through the debt list. And part of your job was, as I'm sure you remember, you go through the book and you'd be like, "Oh, Mr. Johnson, you still owe us $100 for that overnight you didn't return fucking 6 months ago, blah, blah, blah." And you'd always get hung up on that. So this guy took it upon himself to be a one-man bikie gang and started door knocking.
Oh, that's it.
Started door knocking, and the shop was in Surrey Hills, which is in southeast suburbs of Melbourne. And then a couple suburbs over, you had Blackburn, and then you had what we still do. That hasn't changed, Blackburn and Box Hill and stuff. Anyway, so he goes door knocking one day, comes back in a taxi. He got rolled for his bike.
That's it.
Highly illegal what he was doing. You're allowed to call him. You're allowed to send him a letter.
Yeah.
You can't fucking rock up at someone's doorstep like,
You owe me fucking $7.
"Yeah, where's your $7 for those
Is
weeklies?"
that a Harley, mate? Just park it in the back before I kick your fucking ass.
Yeah. To this day, still don't know what happened, but he came back on the taxi. Just wouldn't talk about it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. They didn't last much longer after that.
But it was. But it used to be cool. Like you go out to the video shop, and I used to love. You used to make me love. Was like I watched the catalogue of fucking movies.
Yeah.
And one, I worked at a video shop when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Two, as you know, I loved movies growing up.
Yeah.
And I did media and all that rest of that shit and drama and all the rest of it. And I was so invested in movies.
Yeah.
And then so I watched a shitload of movies.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to the video shop, and it used to be funny. My sister would be like, "Oh, I'll come with you." And I'd go for a drive and go to the video shop.
Yeah.
And she'd pick what she wanted to pick, and she'd be like, "All right, I picked it. Yeah, just put it on here. Yeah, give us a minute." And I'll be like, "Drama, no, seen it." I'd spend like an hour just walking through what I've seen, and she'd be like, "Seriously, I'm fucking waiting in the car."
Yeah.
2 hours later, she'd be losing her shit and get home, Mum would be like, "Where the fuck have you guys been?"
Yeah. But here's the thing, like when I was working there, like I did like, I basically lived there on weekends. It was incredible. So fuck all that happened from opening, which was like 10 o'clock. You get there'd be a bucket of returns that people would put through the door and that sort of shit. So you do that, and then after that, it was nearly lunchtime and you had nothing to do. So we had a little TV set up in the office, and you could hear the door open and all that sort of shit. I was just watching movies constantly. Like I watched the whole thing of Blackadder. That's when I saw the whole thing of Futurama. All sorts of shit, but you weren't allowed to put anything on greater than PG on the main TV just in case. Like, something came in. But yeah, new releases and shit, you were the first one to watch it. You get it. This is when text messaging first came in, so you'd send your mates a message being like, "Alright, if you come over in 2 hours, I've got these movies, we're fucking set." It was the best.
But that's the thing, man. You did it in the that would have been 90s.
No, I was born in '89. This would have been so if I was 14, this would be mid 2000s.
I did set 2000s.
Yeah. So I was there for the fucking end. Like, I think the shop only stayed open for another 3 or 4 years after I left.
Okay.
So I think I had my last shift when I was about 18 because I got the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nuts. So I was there for VHS, then DVDs came through, internet came in.
Mine was probably, I reckon mine was about 80, I would be 88.
Yeah.
87, 88.
This is good value.
You know, and I worked, I'll tell you the story, I used to live in West Footscray.
Yeah.
We used to live on Essex Street and across the road, or across the whole block, there's Barclay Street with the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And up the road there used to be a video shop called Barclay Video.
Yeah.
And so I did work experience there, you know, as a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Bit of work experience. Fuck it, I couldn't get Coles or anything, so I ended up
fuck that.
I ended up a video shop. That'd be alright, I'd go in there. Yeah, cool. And anyway, my work experience. The guy goes, "Cool, do you want to work here weekends?" I said, "Sweet." Not a drama. But I worked with this Greek guy. His old man owned the store, but Nick Stavroulis, his name was. And Nick Stavroulis used to be a Greek kickboxer in his own mind. There was no word of a lie, because every time his old man wasn't around, he'd be like, "Come on, man, let's go. Come on, let's stand in front of you." And it was like, it's like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's returning tapes at that time.
Yeah.
And so I'd be sitting there going, "All right," and he'd be like, "All right, now I'm going to throw some punches at you, and you just have to block them."
How old are you? How old's he?
Oh, he would have been 21, 22. So I was about 15. So he's sparring with me, you know.
Yeah,
but I got to give him credit. He was a lovely guy. You know why he was a lovely guy? Because as a 15-year-old, he'd always let me park his fucking car. So he'd rock up, and at that time, I don't know if you remember the old lasers, you know,
little boxes.
little bubble laser.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All done up.
Yep.
And he'd rock up, and then I'd have to meet him at the back gate, and there's this big black gate, and we'd open the gate up, and he'd open it all up, and he'd go into the shop and go, "All right, you park the car, right?
Yeah.
You'll be right, just park the car." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And I go, "I don't know how to do this. It's a manual." He goes, "All right, I'll show you." And he showed me how to drive a manual car.
Oh, wicked.
And so we were driving the alley, like, the shop should be open, but he's actually teaching me how to drive on the street. I give the guy credit. He taught me how to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked there, and then fucking hell, he was just one of those cool guys of that time, of that era, if you know what I mean, like that you sort of looked up to. But you know, now I'm sitting there going, "Fuck, I turned into that wog." Like, "Oh my God, like, come here, I'll show you some moves now. I'll show you how to hit somebody." Oh fuck! But that was my.
That's such a good job.
That was my first job, video shop. Fucking hell. Barclay, it doesn't exist anymore.
It's probably one of my first ones as well, I think. Pick a Flick in Surrey Hills. So good. I actually think I got groomed there.
Yeah.
Legit. Now that I think about it, yeah, there was this old guy who used to come in all the time, Malcolm. I can't remember his last name, but he'd just come in, like he'd hire something every now and again. And he'd ask me, "Oh, what have you been watching?" Blah blah blah. And I think I got that job when I was 14. Yeah, I would have got that job when I was 13, 14, and left when I was 18. He was there the whole fucking time, but he'd always say, "Oh, what's something you've wanted to watch?" I was like, "Oh, I never got around to this one." Blah blah blah. He goes, "Okay, I'll rent this, and you can come over later and watch it." I was like, "No, I got to get home." I didn't think anything of it. And then I told him I was interested in music.
Yeah.
This is when me and my band started. Actually, I'm fucking wearing that shirt today, Nabras. So that's a band me and my mates started back in the day, and I left to take on comedy, but we were together for about 10 years. But
yeah, I saw that post that you got that the hair flipped back and
that was a crazy photo. Perfectly timed, but unfortunately that photo doesn't have the sticker of the bass on it.
No.
So I remember going to sneaking my way into Sexpo when I was about 16, 15 or 16, and I just went to this desk and they had all these bumper stickers and shit. It was ridiculous, like honk if you're horny and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, there's this sticker that said harder than your husband. There's this big fucking red and black thing, so I cut it up and put it on the table of the bass. Every girlfriend I've ever had, whenever I've used that bass, like, "Can you remove that?" I'm like, no, it's fucking awesome. Childish as shit, but I love it. But yeah, this guy always used to come in, and when I mentioned I was into music, like he brought me all these books about sound engineering, and I don't think he understood. I didn't want to do the desk, I wanted to be the performer. And yeah, he'd always just lend me these fucking books, and they'd always have his phone number in it and shit. And
sounds like that guy from bloody. I think what is it? The Griffins. What are they? The fucking
Herbert the Pervert. Yeah.
Hello, Jordy.
I can't do the whistling thing.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I think I was groomed. I was a very cute kid though. So. Yeah. Fuck.
Engineering.
And come to think of it, he never came in when anyone else was there. So. Huh. Well, there you go. Nothing came of it, so clearly I'm hard to get. But
you play hardball.
yeah. Having said that, this is before I ever knew what rent was. So
yeah.
I should joke about that. I will. But yeah, fuck. I think I got groomed.
Fucking hell.
Me too. Yeah.
They're dead now.
Probably.
If not, Corona's killed him.
He deserved it.
Oh, God. I was actually thinking the other day. Now I don't want to sound racist.
He had that pedo look.
Did he?
Yeah, he had that pedo look. Just, some dudes have that pedo look. Like I've worked out who I don't want to be when I'm like 40 or 50.
Yeah, okay.
And that's, I mean, okay. I wear pajamas to go shopping, right? Because I don't give a fuck. Like,
why?
Why not?
But why?
I don't put jeans on unless I have to.
Yeah, but shopping in your PJs?
Okay, when I go shopping, it's usually like 3 a.m.
Okay, cool, yeah. Trackies?
What's your point? I don't have trackies. Okay, I don't want to be that guy when I'm older. I've seen some dudes knocking about in my area who I don't want to be when I grow up, and that's matching tracksuit with my gut hanging out, like below my belt line, unaware.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy who sits at Macca's eating a soft serve cone because that just looks fucking creepy.
Yeah, we'll do that.
No, there's something fucking weird
Sit
about
in the
that.
car and go to Nellie's anybody. Little kids are
You want a happy meal? What was the other one? And I don't want to have that pedo look.
What is the pedo look?
The pedo look is like I see.
I'm 47. Have I got the pedo look?
No, you don't. You look like you'll probably shoot me if I look at you funny. Yeah.
Kill somebody? No.
No, I'd rather have that look. I'm gonna fuck you up. But no, the pedo look is
Anyway, here you go.
young dudes who wear those glasses like they're out of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's
You
fucked
know, like
up.
the big fucking.
Yeah.
And they rock a mustache even though it's not Movember.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But they're the guys that turn around and go, I'm a feminist,
Ugh.
and I'm your friend. But how do I stick my dick in your ass?
Exactly, you can't. No,
You
there's no
can't.
such thing.
It's not going to happen. Trust me, it's not going to happen.
No. It's just, there's just a look. There's just a look. Suspenders as well.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Like salmon coloured shirts with like khakis and that fucking mustache.
You can make them, not people,
Yeah, there are. I'm not going to name them, but like
There
there are a lot of pedo-y looking comedians. But there's a dude at work who I don't want to be when I grow up. Now he, oh god, this is fucking hot. He's not going to listen to this. I'm not going to name him, but anyone from work who knows this is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But we were talking tattoos one day. We knocked off early. I think it was before Christmas, so we knocked off early.
Yeah.
The manager brings out a case of beer, and we're like, oh yeah, a little social gathering, and when you were still allowed to have social gatherings, and one of the techs I'm good friends with goes, Jaws, did that hurt? I was like, oh yeah, there's a few areas where it fucking hurts, tattoos.
Yeah.
He's like, I can never get a tattoo. I've got plenty of ideas, but I just couldn't. I was like, dude, you got a piercing, you can get away with it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And this guy chips in with, I'm not going to name his job because I don't want options, but he goes, oh yeah, I've got some tattoo ideas. I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? And he goes, I want to get my grandfather's regiment tattooed on my arm as a sign of respect. I was like, oh, that's really sweet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I understand that. Like, I've got my uncle's name because he died like a day before I was booked in for my next tat. And weird to think of, he was the only one in the family who knew I had tattoos, and he'd show me his new ones and blah, blah, blah. It was just a little thing we had. And so I get the
Connection.
I get the connection of wanting to honour someone, for lack of a better term I can't think of right now, but I was like, oh, what's your... Oh, and he goes, oh, but I can't find any info. And the dude I was talking to goes, oh, if you just contact your RSL, they'll be able to look him up and blah, blah, blah. They'll give you the exact details, the colour of the badge, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. I was like, yeah, just, look him up. And this guy goes, no, he was on the wrong side of history. So my ears fucking pricked up. I was like, and what side of history is that? And he goes, oh, well, he was part of the SS. I was like,
fuck.
I was like, tell me more. And he goes, and so everyone in the group knew I was taking the piss from that fucking moment on. I was just like, tell me more. What tattoo are you going to get? Now, he said it in perfect German. Now, I can't, as much of a buff as I am, I can't pronounce it.
Not that this guy's German that works with
No,
you.
he is German.
We're not telling me who the guy is.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No,
He's Italian.
Well,
Alright, he's a fucking German.
Well, they were just as bad.
Yeah,
they joined forces. Yeah,
I just fucked that up.
Mussolini, fucking hell. I was like, so what are you getting exactly? And he goes, oh, I'm going to get the death's head on my arm. I was like, interesting. He goes, yeah. I was like, don't you think that
This is shocking off those people.
Yeah, I was like, don't you think that might be a bit awkward to explain if you're at the beach and you got your shirt off? He goes, oh no, I don't go to the beach. I was like, but if you did, you had to get your kid off in front of someone. He goes, oh no, I've already passed it by the missus. She's fine with it. I was like, interesting. And so he keeps going on about this, and I'm just taking the piss out of the whole thing. And I was like, oh yeah, let me know how that goes. Find someone who's going to tattoo that for you. He goes, oh no, I've already inquired. I just need to save up my money. I was like, fucking hell. Then as the weeks have gone past, he's always had that little comb-overy bit, but now he's got the full Hitler quiff going.
Oh,
but here's the thing. Have you ever seen Downfall?
Yes.
Yeah, so those who don't know, Downfall's basically a glimpse of what the Nazis were going through in the bunker as the Allies are coming into Germany. It's where that famous meme comes from where Hitler's losing his shit and he pulls the glasses off and like and starts going nuts. Exit the room if you're not this name kind of thing, and he's going over the map. Now, I made the connection recently that this guy looks like Hitler if he ate all the supplies in the bunker. Like he's a fat version of Hitler. It's fucking hilarious. So whenever he comes past, everyone just fucking shuts up. And it's not bullying, it's just like, okay, work for a German company and we've got a fucking Nazi in our mix. Like, how does this work? But
that's weird, it is.
It's fucking weird. And he's so open about it. I was like, isn't that just a little bit disrespectful?
But
Like,
they actually are. That surprised me about a lot of Germans that I've spoken to and met over the years. They don't mind not. They talk about it.
yeah, they talk about it, but there's a way. Like, okay, look, I've got in my family tree. I've got connections from the first fleet.
Yep.
Like one of my great, where however many fucking times great the ancestor was, he was a corrections officer. They weren't called that. They weren't called that, but he was an officer on the first fleet.
Yep.
If I got a tattoo of a ship, you know, like a first fleet style,
Yeah.
I would think that's a bit disrespectful. If someone pulled me up on it, I'd be like, no, you're right. That is a ill thought out tattoo. I understand people getting their flags or, you know, the places where they were bought. I'm sure some cunt's got a postcode of Frankston somewhere, but like I can't imagine anyone finding it socially acceptable, considering we live in Australia and the horrible things that people did to the Indigenous people. That'd just be fucked. So why would you get something that represents
but
mass genocide of a?
Yeah, but mass genocide's a bit different to the you know,
It's the Germans.
yeah, it's a bit different to the Australian things technically. I mean,
Oh, technically it is, but still, there's still an element of disrespect.
yeah, there is an
I think.
element. Yeah, there is an element. But that's just weird. I mean, German guy.
That's just my thought, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I found that fucking fascinating.
Oh, that just blew my mind.
Absolutely
German
fascinating.
guy working there that wants a German tat. Of
And
the
not just
SS.
any German tat. I understand if you wanted, you know, a German flag or something,
That's
but you may as well get a swastika if you're getting the. It's that little ring that all the SS had. The little death's head thing. Yeah.
But you've actually got to ask him, has he ever been back to Germany?
No, but I don't like talking to him.
You know, but just because he wouldn't be allowed back in the country with that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
You're not allowed to have any of that shit on you.
I know you can get arrested in public for
Yeah.
doing the salute and stuff.
Yeah, it's full on.
Have you seen videos of that? There'll be people like
Yeah.
soccer matches, and someone will do. I'm not going to do it on camera, obviously, but like someone will do the move, and they just get tackled.
The point, yeah, hell
Yeah, yeah, fuck.
The point. No, I don't want to
Yeah.
do that. Sorry, I apologise for that. No, but I don't know.
But he's
mate.
fucking open about it and does not give a shit.
But okay, let's look at it this way.
But he has that pedo look, though. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, he looks like a pedo.
He-
Yeah, but it's the hair then. If the hair's flipped over, and the Hitler look, that's a bit of a pedo.
It's the
look, right?
glasses.
That's a bit of a pedo look.
It is a pedo look.
You know, the hair and all that. I can blame mine. And this is one thing.
Blow my mind.
Grab me that photos up there. On the thing. That one. Just grab that. Pass it over. Alright, we're just having a look at a photo. I want to see if I can shoot Geordie. Alright. Down here, this is a photo of my grandfather. You see the old guy in the suit? Have a look at his mo, if you can. God, actually.
Yeah,
See his mo?
yeah.
What does it look like?
Yeah, it's a bit Hitlery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a fashion.
Yeah,
That was a fashion of that time.
yeah,
A lot of the Europeans had that mo.
yeah.
And my grandfather he lived in Australia,
Oh, wow.
and he had that mo.
Yeah, no
So,
shit.
and you know, I remember at school, kids would be like, Hitler, Hitler, and it'd be
Jesus.
like, fucking hell, he's not. He didn't fight for any Hitler, mate. He was one of the. He fought against that shit back in World War II. You know what I mean? Like I've got
Yeah.
photos of him when he was in the army and stuff. He was like a sergeant in the army. Yeah, he was fighting against Hitler. Let's
Yeah,
just put it
wow.
that way. But that was their fashion. They had the mo,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
short little mo. And I was always like, fuck, why did my grandfather have the Hitler mo? I'd always question that as a kid. And then I realised it was a fashion statement. So like now we've got all these fashions, and if people follow the fashion, but I look at it this way: if you don't, you got to be able to talk about shit like that too.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah, definitely.
know, you've got to be able to talk about it. And yes, I feel sorry for the mass genocide, and but it's across the board, man. It's across the board for everything, you know. And like we were talking about before.
Oh, everywhere's guilty of something.
Of course they are. And you sort of sit there and go, you know, if people can't say shit, I think people should have the right to say it. I mean, and you don't have to, if you do it for a political reason, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the bullshit part that I hate. But as in, if that's going to bring you some sort of joy or happiness,
No, that's fine. Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, I was actually thinking about it the other day, and this might sound racist and stuff, and you'll probably go, "Why the
You've started.
fuck did you say that?"
You've started a lot of sentences like that.
Yeah. Not that I'm a racist,
But
do you reckon? And this is just a thought.
side note, ladies and gentlemen, there's a Benny Thoughts, not George. What's that disclaimer they put at the start of interviews?
Yeah. Disclaimer. Buddy,
The thoughts of the individual do not. Is it?
The thoughts of this individual don't cross over. Go Bob.
Don't represent the qualities and values of the.
Okay. Do you remember back when the black people used to get shitty when they used to call them what? What they used to call them?
I'm not putting a hard R on it, but yeah, the N-bomb.
No, not the M-bomb. Like, what did they used to do as a job? They used to get shitty when they used to do what? What were their jobs when they...
Back in slave days?
Slave days.
Oh, cotton picking.
Cotton picking.
Yeah.
Now, do you reckon a black guy these days would work on a field that has cotton in one of those big backhoe trucks? Or would he just be like, nah, not doing that?
I'm sure there's some black farmers out there who still do that.
But that's what I mean, like...
Farming...
And that's not racist, that was my... I was
No, this is
thinking
an
about that the other
observation.
day,
No.
That might sound racist, I don't know, probably
No,
not.
it's not. No, I don't think it's racist. I think it's...
I wondered about that. Like, do you reckon they would go, nah, I'm not doing it? Because my people were suppressed or whatever.
That's a fucking good point.
You know what I mean?
Look, when farming is at its height, you can make a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
And I dare say cotton would be a non-dying industry because people need clothes.
Yeah.
If the money's there...
Would they say, no, I'm not going to do that?
I don't know.
I was actually thinking about that the other day. Would a black person actually say, I'm not going to be in a backhoe to pick or whatever truck it is, I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know anything about farming.
yeah, to pick out cotton and stuff. And I was sort of like, would they? I don't know, would they? And I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, time can heal some wounds, I guess, but I mean, same as anything, you get some people who couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
yeah, you've got both extremes, and I get that.
Fuck yeah.
In every argument, you're going to get both extremes. And
At the end of the day, sometimes a job's a job.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
you know. But it's true, I mean, you know.
Food for thought.
I was just wondering, and that's why I was like, oh, is that racist? Is that...
No, I don't think it's a genuine question.
You know, it's just like, I was really wondering, like, would they actually say, no, fuck yeah, I'm not doing that? You know, look, I wouldn't, because if I needed the money, fuck it, I'm doing it. It doesn't matter what it is. So.
I think it'd be different if said black person owned the farm. I think that'd be very different.
How do you mean?
Like, it might be one thing, like working for someone. Okay, let's put it in context. So, we talked about George Corumballa's fucking people over money-wise, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been fucked over. No doubt you've been fucked over,
Yeah.
and anyone who listens who's worked in kitchens has been fucked over financially in one way or another.
Yes.
So that would determine. And fuck, that's not saying it's the same as slavery, obviously. I'm hoping people who listen to this have some common fucking sense.
Disclaimer, I did not say that.
We need a voiceover guy. Okay, so obviously it's two very different things,
Yeah.
but it's a different version of people getting fucked over. Now, me, Geordie the mechanic / comedian / musician,
Yeah.
wouldn't be rushing to go into a hospitality job
Yes.
because I know how fucked it can be.
Yes.
But if I had an opportunity to open a restaurant,
Yeah.
I would do things differently. Like if I was in charge of it, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be scared of it, if that makes sense. Or I wouldn't have, But again, that's putting slavery compared to financial hardship.
Yeah, hardship. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, people need to make money.
It was just it was a wonder. I actually asked that the other day, and I'm just like, do you reckon they would? Like, would they actually sit there and go, I won't, you know? Because you see, like,
I want to know.
you know. And another example, the Jewish people, right?
Yeah.
And now this is not a take the piss out of Jews or anything like that, but
Yep.
majority of them drive Beamers, Mercs,
Yeah. VWs.
VWs,
Well, VW and Porsche were the main.
and
Yeah.
they haven't turned around and gone, nah, fuck you,
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive your fucking car.
I mean, that's how the Beetle came about.
Yeah, people move on.
Hitler wanted to. He wanted to mobilise the people, hence why Volkswagen is called people's car in German. He wanted a car that could fit 4 adults comfortably, have 250 kilometres to the tank, and be able to go 100 kilometres an hour.
Jesus.
That's what he wanted.
Do you think that was his selling point?
No, that was a design brief.
Oh, okay.
I know that because I've got one.
Disclaimer again, that was nothing to do with me. Call me racist, yeah, whatever.
Oh, I never called you racist. Soft cunt. No, that was the design brief. So come to think of it, I actually thought this is horrible. But if you know me, you know I'm into my heavy music. When my Beetle was on the road, I found myself in a bit of a predicament. I was lost, and I had a booty call in an unknown area, and my phone was dead. And I'm trying to get home, and I was going through a phase of absolutely loving Rammstein, and I'm in this Beetle. Now, when I bought this thing, the guy had basically done everything I'd want to do to a Beetle in terms of customization, like lowered, matte black, worked engine, like fucking ridiculously loud, all that sort of shit. Anyway, I got lost, and I pulled over at one point because I was burning through petrol, and I pulled over and the music's blaring. I've turned it down because I've seen some people walking on the street.
Yeah.
And I've turned it down as these people are looking at me, and I've just yelled, I'm sorry, but how do I get to, I can't remember where I was living, we'll say Surrey Hills. How do I get to Surrey Hills from here? And they looked at me, looked at the situation, just turned around and kept walking. And it wasn't until I drove through that area again a few months later that I was in Caulfield.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Not good. Not proud of that.
Did you, when you sort of pulled up and you asked them, you know, did you say to them, is it that way or is it that way?
Certainly did not. No, certainly did not. I was just lost as fuck. I knew the beach was behind me, so I was sort of going in the right direction. But
yeah, I'm not taking a
I
piss.
fucked up.
I know some good Jewish people out there, and, you know.
Yeah, I fucked up.
But
That car's got.
that's not really a fuck up. That's just.
Oh, look, if I meant to do that.
Yeah, you're not doing that on purpose.
No, fuck no. No, I was. You know, you get stuck on an album sometimes.
Yeah.
You
You listen to something, it gets in you.
You blast the crap out of that album for a good week straight. Yeah, I just happened to be listening to that on a Thursday night coming back from booty call and I was lost. But
jeez, mate, but a shit booty call, got fucking German music blaring.
no, it's good. No, Rammstein's music's good to fuck to. It's got a really good beat.
Okay.
Yeah, it always matches heartbeats. It's not too fast, not too slow. But how do I get out of this one? Fun fact, if you finding shit's getting stale in the bedroom, I worked this out a little while ago.
We're in assistant.
Can't pull that shit off in Caulfield. I'm a fan of music while you're fucking, but if you're getting a bit stale, put on a live album.
Okay.
If you time it correctly, when you both finish,
yeah,
that's the best. It is the fucking best.
Oh, awesome.
And the best album to do it to is Kiss Alive 3.
That's it.
Yep. Yep. Their songs are perfectly timed. Yeah, it's great. You got like 40,000 motherfuckers clapping you. It's incredible.
Regular
And you can fuck to kiss all night. It's brilliant. But yeah, that car's got me into some weird positions. Like when it was on the road, I would have been. Well, when I first got it, I was in my first year, and I think I would have been about 25. And my little sister came to town from Tassie to come visit. And she goes, "Oh, let's just drive around in your car. I'll give you some petrol money." Like, we went through like 4 tanks of petrol, just driving around the city and like going up in the Dandenongs and like hitting the tracks up there. Not tracks, but like there's no one up there past 10 o'clock. It's the fucking best. If you've got a good car and you don't want to put it on an actual racetrack, just go up in the Dandenongs. There's no traffic. There's no lights. The roads are beautiful. As long as you've got good lights, you're fine.
And tyres.
And tyres, yes, and tyres and brakes. And anyway, I was dropping her back at our hotel, back to my dad and stepmom, and she would have been. She would have been 16 at the time, and she got to town. She goes, "Let's just drive around, but I want some pancakes." I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" She goes, "I heard you got pancake parlour here." I was like, "Yeah, we can do that." So we ended up chatting some pancake parlour. Now, there's pretty much 9 or 10 years between us, right? Yeah. And I've always looked like this. I've always had a beard, all that sort of shit. And we sit down at pancake parlour. I was like, "You get whatever you want." Well, I just threw her the menu, and she's ordering fucking stacks of milkshakes and all this sort of shit. And the waitress just looked at me real dirty. And I've always worn band shirts and shit. She was all like dolled up, like into fashion, all that sort of shit. And I just looked around at one point, and all these people were fucking looking at me funny. And then I've just clicked that we might be very similar as people, being my little sister, but she's blonde hair, blue eyes. We've got the same nose. That's about it. Like that's the only similarity that you can tell that we've got one parent together. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there and I realise I look like a fucking groomer. And like the lady comes up with the check, and my little sister goes to pay. I was like, no, it's okay. And I just made this up on the spot. I was like, "No, it's okay. Dad gave me money for tonight." She goes, "Oh, you brother and sister?" I was like, "Yeah, we're brother and sister." Just like real fucking loud. And then all the fucking, anyway, so we're I had to explain that one anyway. So I'm driving her back to the hotel, and the hotel's in St Kilda or Richmond or some shit. Anyway, so we're stopped at the lights in Richmond, and the old junkies come out with the window washers and all that sort of shit. And this junkie comes up and goes, "Oh, can I wash your windscreen?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm good, dude. I'll just wash it." He goes, "Oh fuck, it's Herbie's evil cousin." He said Herbie, not Herbie. And I was just like, "Oh yeah, dude." I was just like, fuck. I was like, Herbie, the famous car from the 50s, races in movies, all that sort of shit. "Oh, you know what they say about black?" I was like, "What's that, buddy?" I'm thinking I'm going to get rolled, right? And I'm like, I got my sister, I got a fucking protector, and this guy was like, fucked. Like, he was proper fucked, like 2 teeth, like, but ripped, junky ripped. They're the scariest ones, because you have no energy, but when they need it, they can like fucking saw you. But I am scared of junkies. But he goes, "You know what they say?" And I was like, "What's that, buddy?" And he goes, "Once you go black, you never go back." I was like, "That's cool, dude." And I just drove off, and my sister's like, "What do you mean by that?" So I started explaining the myth that black people have massive dicks, right? Just like, someone's got to tell her one day. And then I get a message from my dad like 2 days later when they're back in Hobart, and he goes, "So what did you two get up to?" And I was like, "I just drove around, got pancakes, wasted a few litres of fuel." And he goes, "Why is she listening to gangster rap all of a sudden?" Like, oh no. Yeah, so that car's been nothing but trouble.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was being a good role model. That's probably why I shouldn't be a parent.
Nah, you'd be a great parent.
No, fuck that.
Nah, I mean, look, you're stern, you call the shit, like I've always said. So.
I can't even handle my own shit, let alone someone else's.
But that's the thing, everybody's got a bit of shit that we've got to handle. It's just the way you handle it. I use guns. Use words. That's why my English isn't that good. You guys have heard my comedy, sometimes I forget about words.
I speak English real good.
My English isn't good, but I carry a gun. Okay, you're funny.
Encore. Please don't shoot us.
Don't stop now. Well, there was a movie like that. The guy wanted to be a comedian and he was a gangster. He's like, "I'm doing this."
Yeah. Fuck. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy's doing comedy and he's like, laugh, and everybody's laughing.
Yeah, he's like a mob boss, and he's.
I can't remember.
Did he go? I can't remember. Did he go to a club or was he doing a private show for his henchmen or something?
Oh, I can't remember. Can't remember now, but I remember that premise of the gangster. I think. Not that I'm a gangster. Not that I'm a racist.
Meant to laugh. Yeah, fuck.
No, but going back to that point about the Jews and the cars.
Yep.
Do you reckon they turn around and go, "Nah, I'm fucking driving that car"? I've even wondered that. I mean, do they just go, "Nah, fuck it," you know? Because you see them like they'll drive a fucking decent Merc or a decent Beamer or a decent.
Well, to be fair, the only thing that Merc had anything to do with the Nazis was Hitler got rounded in one. Quite famously got rounded in one. But
it was all connected. This is what I'm trying to say. If you look at the chain, the chain going down, in one way or another, it's still connected.
yeah,
You know, like Hugo Boss.
except for Audi,
Yeah.
they were formed from 4 different car companies coming together.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Um,
But I'm saying, like, if you look at it, like in Hugo Boss, they were making their suits.
no shit.
Fuck
What about
yeah.
that? Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
And people turn around and go, "Oh, the best ever suit ever made is you." I'm not questioning Hugo Boss's suit's not shit. I mean,
No, I'm not a suit person.
you know, it's like it's a decent suit. The suit's a suit, whatever. But my point is, you're paying top dollar for this suit
Yeah.
that was part of their effort. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, that comes down to war being a business, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
And so you can't. Yeah, I don't know. Just that sort of shit.
look, to be fair, not that Hugo Boss need representation, but when shit started, no one knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Right? So if you had a member from this party being like, we need, I can't remember how many troops there were, but we need X amount of million suits in these different variants, blah, 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 that's the contract of a lifetime.
Yeah, true.
And they would have been a massive business back, well, actually, I don't know, I'm talking shit, but you couldn't say no to that.
Yeah, I suppose.
And that's where that movie came in, where that I mentioned the other week, the one that Hitchcock had something to do with. And they took, I think it was Birkenau, the town that was maybe 2 kilometres away from Birkenau, and they could smell, they could see the ash. They had rain, like ash just coming down with like the fires we had here and all that sort of shit. And they didn't question it because they were getting cheap clothes, they were getting labour, they were getting all sorts of shit. And they took them through the camps when they were liberated. And some thought it was a joke. Like, some were mortified, obviously, and some were like, "Oh no, this isn't real." Like, it's just, no one knew what was going on unless you were there. It's like people escaped certain concentration camps and got back to the Allies, or wrote to the Allies and all that sort of shit, being like, "This is what's happening." No one fucking believed them. Like, that whole shit could have stopped years before.
Fuck yeah. But that's the whole thing about when they've got so much power and they're controlling the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When they're controlling the game, and this is my point about like Russia and that, the Soviets, how many people they killed.
Yeah.
They killed a lot more than when it was World War II, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they killed a shitload of people.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it.
I wonder why.
Too scared.
Because Bill Burr's got a really good bit on that.
They're too scared. It's like you've got to remember that during the communist time, this is my point with China. Even though everybody, this is what people keep bagging China, racist or anything again. Going back to China.
Disclaimer.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, but it's still a communist country.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a socialist country, it's a communist country. They are still monitored in what they fucking say. And the other day on the news I saw this, she was an actual Aussie lady that they're deporting. Because yeah, they've got the curfew now, you're not allowed to go out.
Yeah.
Some fucking clapped out bitch has gone for a run.
Where?
In China, in
Okay.
Beijing.
Yeah.
So she's gone for a run. Now some Chinese police, fucking private police or whatever they're called, secret police, pulled her up and said, filmed her,
Oh wow.
got where she lived, everything. You shouldn't be out on the road, you're going to get deported back to your country. So now they want to deport her back to Australia.
Oh wow.
Right? And the thing is, it's still a communist country.
Yeah.
It's not ruled, it's got its own fucking rules.
Yeah.
Communism is good in the point, but there is points that it's shit at.
Oh fuck yeah, same as any.
You know, and this is my point. As in, like, you sort of turn around and you look at it and you go, they're not going to fucking say anything. I remember my old man as a kid telling me, and like in his town and that, there were people that what do you call them, like spies.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you'd be in 3 doors down, your neighbour.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do anything dodgy when he's around.
Yeah. Informers.
Informers.
Yeah, yeah.
So he'd basically go to the fucking police,
Wow.
tell the coppers would turn around, tell the fucking Communist Party, blah, 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 blah. Mate, you weren't allowed to fuck around, and you get the fuck kicked out of you, you get killed, whatever the case may be. And this is the thing about all in those times, is like, nobody looked at that, nobody really said anything, nobody questioned it.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great time for him.
It's a means of getting by though, isn't it?
You know, so you'd always have to be quiet. And then when the opportunity arose, I remember my man, I think I've told you this story, but when he was leaving, coming to Australia, and my uncle actually, he was supposed to come and he couldn't come, and then my dad took his papers to come, and they transferred him over, and then they got all shitty at, like, oh man, oh, you're denouncing your country, you're doing, my dad goes, oh, no, I'm not denouncing the country. He goes, I'm not fucking denouncing it at all. He goes, find me a job, I'll stay.
Yeah.
But because you can't find me a fucking job, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And my old man, he came from a village, and he was pretty qualified in the sense of he was one of the first to get his license in that village.
Oh wow.
Right, so he was like driving people around,
Yeah.
and doing all that. He could have been a teacher, like they asked him to be a teacher at the local school,
Wow.
an art teacher. My dad was like an artist.
Yeah.
He didn't do it, he didn't want to do it. And then he just turned around and said, well, he was digging roads. I got photos of him when he was a youngster digging roads and shit like that. Like, I think it's actually, here we go, I'll show you. Where are we? We're looking at those photos again, people. If you look, that one there, that's me old,
no
the wheelbarrow, that's me old man, and that's what he was doing. And then up the top, see the photo with the 3 guys?
Yep.
That's the car that this guy in the town owned, the only guy that owned the car in the town.
Yeah, no shit.
Where we're from, and my dad used to be his driver.
That's a cool car.
Yeah, my old man used to be his driver.
Fuck.
He was just the only one that had his license, and then when he left, and a lot of that he got from the army, like, you know, he got his license through the army, and all that sort of shit, you know, and, but it was just different time, different place. I mean, that's how they grew up, man. I mean, now you look at it and you go, fuck, how much, you go there and you have a look at it all, how much it's all changed. And
Oh man, times changed like crazy. Like my dad told me this story about my grandfather. Like he's still around, but Dad got his first car. It was a Morris Minor, and my dad's 53 now, so he would have got that when he was like, how old were you? Like 15, 16, 17, something like that, when he could drive. And that thing had like rust holes all the way through it. Like he put his foot down on the brake one day, foot straight through the floor, like that sort of shit. So and they lived in Burwood their whole life basically. And grandpa was like, oh, that thing's fucked, let's take it to the tip. Now my grandfather's a sparky by trade, worked for himself, all that sort of shit. Him and his mates built the house they were in before they sold it a couple of years back. And yeah, they drove it down to the tip, put it at the top of the hill, pulled the handbrake, just straight in. Imagine doing that today. You couldn't fucking do that. But he had an FJ Holden that was the family car before he bought his work van, and that thing was fucked. I think he got rear-ended or some shit. There's something happened to it, non-repairable. Even his mechanic mate couldn't fix it. And he was getting his driveway concreted by his mate, and he couldn't get rid of the car. And this is obviously before the days where you could call a wrecker and they'd give you $500 for it and all that sort of shit. So he takes to the car with like a fucking hacksaw and a fucking whatever else he had, and the car to this day is still buried in the concrete.
that's cool.
In his driveway
Yeah.
at, I think it's 14 Ely Road in Burwood.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that is cool as.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, after shit you could get away with. Nah, sort of see it. You see all that stuff. But even I'm older than you, you know, but in the sense of stuff that you saw and you went, fuck, I remember that. Like, you know, the phones and shit, you know, like, we had no phones. We had fucking, you bloody had you were lucky to have a bloody phone on the wall, let alone anything else, you know what I mean? And then when phones came out, I was like, wow, computers came out, oh, check this shit out, you know?
Yeah. I'm still like that, what the fuck is this?
But, yeah, it's just awesome to see how much shit evolves. And I mean, and look, we'll see now. I mean, with all this shit going on, God only knows what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
I hope it all works itself out.
It's another quick story about my grandfather. Speaking of changing shit, so he ran his own business, electrician. The whole family's decked out. You know, he can do anything for you. And my dad and my aunties and uncles all chipped in for a phone. This is like Nokia 10 days, right? Like, okay, you need to be on the road. You're on the road. You need to be contactable. Blah blah blah. You get more business. All this sort of shit. And so they're buying this orange. It was like a tradies edition or something like that. Nokia 5310 or whatever the fuck the brick was. And it wasn't like the big fucking brick. It was like the first proper handheld. You could put it in the 12-volt socket in the car to charge it. All that sort of shit. So he has this phone for about a week. And me and Dad used to go over because Dad lived around the corner from his parents' place when he was still living in Melbourne, and it would have been 12 or some shit. Anyway, we used to go for missions to Grandma and Grandpa's place just to get a box of shapes. Right? He didn't want to see him. We knew we were watching a movie or watching the cricket or something that afternoon, so we'd walk around. And we'd go straight to the pantry. If we heard someone stirring, we'd hide in the pantry, get in the box, and leave. Right? That was the thing. No one ever questioned it. Why these shapes were disappearing, all that sort of shit. And they'd have one of everything. It was like a shopping centre in a fucking pantry. It was the best. And anyway, so a week after he gets his phone, my auntie pulls him up on it, being like, when we're there for Sunday lunch. Dad, why aren't you using your phone? He goes, oh, it won't stop fucking beeping. And he goes, she's like, okay, well that means you've got a message. Someone's tried to get onto you, blah, 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 blah. He goes, nah, it's doing my fucking head in. It just won't stop beeping. So my auntie's going through it. He's got something like 900 missed calls and like text messages and all that sort of shit. And whatever the limit was for text messages back in the day. And people listening to this now, they might not remember. When you had a text message, you had to punch in the number. Like 5 was like, you hit 5 3 times for L or K or whatever the fuck it was. You could only have a certain amount of text messages, and it never came up on one screen. It was, if I asked you what are you up to, that was one text message, and then the reply was another text message, and the next one was, okay, what time am I coming up? That was another fucking. A conversation was like 20 fucking separate windows. It was ridiculous. So whatever the max amount of messages he had maxed this fucking thing out. So let's just say 250 messages, right? She goes, yeah, you need to reply to these people. He goes, well, how the fuck do I do that? And then as we're walking out to say goodbye, me and Dad are walking to his car, and the phone starts ringing, and it's in his hand. He goes, oh, for fuck's sake, and just pegs the fucking phone towards the bush, like there's a row of hedges in the driveway. Hits the mirror of his high ace, the whole thing just fucking explodes, and Dad's like, okay, let's go. Never found the phone. It was in the shrub somewhere. But yeah, technology is not for some people. But
no, fuck that. But that's the thing. I mean, it's evolved so much, and you see everything evolving. And look, I don't know. I mean, I hope everything gets better.
Same.
Evolves better. I hope we don't fight for shit.
I need to gig. I'm just gigging. Well, speaking of Paul Sharpman, who we should get on, he runs Gorilla in Glenferrie. And when that's back on, if you haven't been there, please check it out. Fucking good room. 7:30 Wednesdays at Resistance Bar. Gorilla comedy.
Paul is a great guy.
He's an absolute gentleman. Actually, him and Glenn Zander would be a good.
But I think now we've got to do this. We've got to do a.
We'll do room runners separately. Yeah, fair. Anyway, I've got all the time in the world for Paul, as I do for Glenn, but I hit Paul up saying, might be some free spots coming up if you want to come down. But he goes, oh man, I'd love to. I feel like someone's died.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Like he gigs every chance he gets, whether it's his own room or doing something else. But it just feels like it's illegal. Like it's just
yeah. Do I do it? Don't I?
It's fucked. Like, and I know that's a drastic thing to say. It feels like someone's died, but it's just like you meet all these people like yourself. Like we went through comedy. We never knew each other before this, before comedy. Sorry, and that's how the podcast came about. But it's just like you've got this one major thing in common with people, and it's just like I'd normally see, like, you know, you or Gary or whatever. I'd normally see on a Monday here. I'd see you on a Tuesday there. I'd see you on a Thursday here. Blah 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 blah. It's like, where the fuck are all my friends? It's just,
where is everybody?
It's so bizarre.
They're all sitting at home, Geordie, and doing a bit of this.
You're jerking it. Everyone's going to come out with really strong arms, I think. Like,
oh, God.
Get ambidextrous,
Who?
work on their left.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, some people are working hard. Did you see somebody's post the other day, yesterday? Erin's post? What the fuck was that? I actually watched that and I'm just like, what the fuck's she doing?
Yeah, hang on, I'll get it up.
Oh, I fucking laughed my head off. What the fuck's she doing? Oh, God.
Very, very funny lady.
Oh, yeah.
Erin Cunningham.
Yeah.
She's kind of exploded in the last few months. Of course, my internet's not working now. I'm trying to look her up, but very funny. I've had her on a few times. She's good to talk to. Yeah. Fucking hilarious. But
I like her. She's got balls.
Yeah, she does. She does not give a shit.
Yeah. No, and
in a good way.
And we'll get a few ladies on. We'll probably put them all at one time. So just knock out everyone here. Joke. The fucking joke.
Oh no, how's that different?
Go, do your disclaimer.
No, here's my disclaimer. How is that different from rooms running a yes or women lineup?
Yeah, what the fuck's that?
Fuck off.
You know what we should do? We should do that, and I'll get dressed up in a dress and I'll go down there and do it.
I'll wear my hair out and I'll get a pretty dress. I'll shave for that. No, I don't understand that. Fuck me. Like, way to alienate someone.
If you're funny, you're fucking funny.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I've had gigs where, and this happens if there's any room runners listening. Like, not that I'm the room runner, but this is just my experience. Like, you know, you'll have 8 people lined up for tonight, right?
Yeah.
Say it's a Tuesday. I got 8 people lined up for tonight. There's always someone bailing last minute. That happens. They double book. They don't feel well. Work's gone overtime. Fucking whatever it is. And then someone will say, well, how come there aren't more women? You had 2 women lined up, how come there's only 1? I was like, well, fuck, and I've actually had this argument with someone before. I was like, you are welcome to go through my messages and see who I've got lined up. Not that you have to do that, but it's just like, I'm transparent. I like to run transparently. That way there's no bullshit with me. If you're funny, you're funny. If I see someone bomb, I take everything into consideration. Well, what was the percentage of the crowd? Was it mainly comics? Because it's hard to make comics laugh. That's like you cooking for your mate who's a Michelin chef. He's going to be dissecting every little fucking thing you put on that plate. Yeah. And everyone's judging, which is fine. But I don't get the all women thing. Like what? So, and me personally, if I was in a minority sort of thing, you're running a room and you say, hey, Geordie, I've lost a...
But there's not a lot of them. I mean, who mainly... Like, I haven't really...
Oh, there's plenty of funny women.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of them that do single shows like that. Or single... You know, like the women-only comedy thing.
No, there's only one room that I know that does it.
Highlander, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I just don't understand the mentality of that, to be honest. But what I mean is, and this comes back to this, it's like, Benny, you're running a room and you say to me, hey, I just lost someone off my bill who has a beard and long hair. Are you interested? I'm like, well, fuck, are you booking me for my talent or are you booking me for what my appearance is?
Then I'll be the only fat man show.
But do you know what I mean? Like,
I
just see it as a massive slap in the face of like, okay, so I had 2 women lined up for tonight, or 3 women, well, whatever the fuck it is. and I have to fill some imaginary quota to make people happy who probably aren't going to be there or give a shit, I would be offended if I sent someone a message like my go-tos would be Erin Cunningham, Carissa Bozanakis, who we're going to get on soon. We were trying to get on. Jess Pym and Lainey Chape, just to name a few. Fucking Bron Lewis. They're all busy. They've all got their own shit on.
Yeah,
just because I've got an opening tonight doesn't mean I can magically get one of them on. Yeah. That's not how this shit works. So if I sent a message saying to any of them, I would be shocked if they didn't come back saying, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah, but in the same token, they know the rules. Not the rules, but they know the system. In the sense of, when you put them down, they're there.
Yeah.
Very rarely they'll pull out.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Very rarely they'll pull out.
Yeah. But it's the same as anyone. You get comics of all walks of life who are like, hey, if you happen to have any no shows tonight, I'm in the area, or I can be there within an hour. Just let me know. I'm like, fucking great. That is great to know.
Yeah.
But I would understand if one of them turned around, if I said a message, something, not that I'd ever say this, but saying, hey, I just had a female bail the bill. Would you like to come in?
Yes.
Are you booking me for my fucking talent or what's between my legs? I would totally understand, and that's why I don't understand the all women thing. You don't need to announce it.
Yeah. I don't know.
If people are funny, you fucking book them. Simple as that.
I agree. That I agree with. And I mean, if some of these chicks, some of these ladies, women, great comedians.
Broads, as Nenki would say. Yeah.
Broads.
I
actually double take last week. Oh, fuck, man. The fuck did that come at you now? Broads.
No, he's been saying broads for years.
I love it.
It's fucking hilarious.
No, but when they're funny, they're fucking funny. I don't give a fuck.
That goes for anyone. Like, the amount of messages you'll get just on a weekly basis, like, oh, hey, I'm in the area, you should put me on, or I need to warm up for this gig, can I come in? No. That's why I have a book of...
But that's that privilege thing. I keep saying it's
fuck
the privilege thing. Some people think they're privileged to it. And I say, it's like anything. And I hope, and I said it last week, I hope this has opened up a little bit of eyes for everybody.
I hope so.
Because it shows that shit can be there a minute and gone the next.
Oh, yeah.
You know, now everybody's complaining about, we didn't even touch on that today, but like getting their money back and shit.
Yeah, from Melbourne International Comic Festival, yeah.
Right, so now they're going, well, fuck, well, they're going to give their money back. I'm pretty sure they said
they caved.
Yeah, they're going to give
They caved.
Of course they did. Because they realised, they went, fuck, we can't do this now. This is just going to be bad publicity for us. So let's play the game. But in the same token, you know where you sit on that pecking order.
Yeah, if you went on radio, you weren't. If you went on radio, you were going to be fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, like, and there's nothing wrong with being a comic who's on radio. Good on you. You've got
good on you. You've got your gigs, you've got your money, and all the rest of it. But
the little people, the people that we gig with.
Yes, it shows you. It shows you would have got fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
And it shows you're still nothing.
Yeah. You're a check.
You know, remember where you come from.
I would love to see.
Don't forget that.
I can't wait to see. I don't know if they'll reschedule something because the logistics of the comedy festival rescheduling to later in the year would be enormous because there's X amount of other shows on around the world. But fuck me, I can't wait to see next year how they go. It'll be, people forget, it's a 2-week rule. People forget shit.
Yeah.
2 weeks people forget shit, but the ones who actually have some self-respect will remember, hey, that didn't go ahead, you were going to keep my money.
Yeah. Oh, they won't. They'll forget.
Like me, I'm going to have to postpone, I think, my little showcase.
Yeah.
Because there's just no people out. I'm pushing through this week, seeing how it goes, but everyone who was on the bill is going to be on the bill. I'm not going to ask for anything more from them.
Yeah.
I'm going to reschedule everything off my own money.
Yeah.
And as soon as all this shit starts clearing up and there's a demand for it and a need for it, we're going to come back better than fucking ever. But remember, like, fuck, the same people who are going to, you don't need the Comedy Fest to put on a show during that time.
No.
You just fucking don't.
I don't know. I mean, like I say, I just sit there going, when people rely. I don't know.
It's a monopoly.
It's for me. I've looked at it and just went, And look, I'll probably never ask them to do any of these shows or rooms anymore or anything from that comment. But
Oh fuck that! Why
I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm calling it the way I see it. I'm the fucking, you know, just remember where you fucking come from.
Yeah.
Because you can have it 1 minute, it can be snatched away so fucking quickly. And this is the whole thing where you see these young comics a lot. Oh yeah, but you know, if I wait a minute.
Yeah.
We've all got to fucking crawl before we can fucking walk.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So I don't know. I mean, look, they're getting their money back. Hope that's good.
I hope they get all their fucking money back.
You know.
I mean, I don't know where it sits with room hire fees as such, but as long as they get their rego fee.
What happens? What happens with that? What about if you forked out all that money and then you got a fucking venue as well? You would have to prepay a venue, wouldn't you? I'm pretty sure you would.
I don't know. I've never inquired.
So look, they would take it. I mean, shit. If I had a room, I'd ask for a deposit. Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's how I was running mine differently. Like we had running costs
Yeah.
because we had extra staff on.
Yeah.
And that was just to make sure the bar wasn't overrun. Because you know, Death of Glory's got trivia one night, they got this and that, they got that. So I had a small nightly running fee, and that was just to cover extra staff.
Yeah.
So that paid my ticketing person, extra bar staff, blah blah blah. So nothing was disrupted because it's a small business.
Yeah.
Couldn't have it fucked.
Yeah.
If that bar's fucked, I'm fucked. I don't have a show or anything to go off. The people on my list we all paid a promo fee.
Yep.
And that was just to push the fucking thing out there. Otherwise, how the fuck would you know anything's going on? And I'm close to $1,000 down of my own money, like just getting this shit on. That's why I'm pushing forward with next week, hoping that there are some people out there who are starving for entertainment. But the reality is, I think I'm going to have to postpone. But if I postpone,
you're still going to pull it out.
Well, if I postpone, all I've got to pay for is a bit of marketing.
Yeah.
Like I've already got all the startup. Like I bought fucking
but the
40 deck chairs.
Did the flyers have the dates on?
Yeah.
All like down the bottom, or
Everything. Which is fine, but
yeah.
I'm sure I can find a cheaper way of printing and all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
But I had flyers. Paid flyers.
Yeah.
You know, they did their bit. The only thing that fucked us was not lockdown. I don't want to say lockdown because we're not technically in lockdown, but the guidelines of, you know, you can't have this many people, you can't have that many people. And our last podcast, when it was announced the Comedy Fest wasn't going ahead, we're like, fuck you, beauty.
Yeah.
This is our time. But then the only thing that's fucked us is, you know, you can't have
50 now.
You couldn't have more than 500 people, which was fine. My venue's 50-seater, plus a little bit of standing if it came to that.
Yeah.
But then now it's one person per 4 metre square. So we've worked out the bar can have, I think it was something like 40 people.
Yeah.
So as long as downstairs is packed as it usually is, I can still get 20 people up there, 20, 30 people up there. But if those 20, 30 people are around, I have no fucking idea. So this week will be the decider whether we push through or not. But as soon as shit starts getting better, I'm doing this shit all over again.
Fuck yeah. We'll be doing the whole thing. I mean, I said to Julie, I'll come down just a bit
I'm going to bathe everyone in Glen 20 and have that little laser fucking temperature gauge thing. Shoot everyone on the head with it. Oh, you're over 35.
I reckon that thing does more damage to you than actually good. Fucking red dot. Like, whoa, this gun's hot.
Okay, it tells me your temperature's 33, but it's just taking a year off your life.
So, alright, so we'll do another podcast with all the girls together. Joking. No, like we said, we're going to get people on. Everything's slowly.
Everything's been fucked in the last few weeks. Like I had a few people lined up, and then one of them had to get their teeth out. One of them got fucked with work, and then you know we pulled Wayne House and Nanky together, which I hope you enjoyed because that was fucking fun to do that. We've got people lined up. It's just everything's just fucking up in the air at the moment. Like comedy's not a priority at the moment, which is fine.
No.
Neither's sport, neither's car racing, neither's fucking this and that. But we do have got a lot of guests lined up. It's just the logistics of
getting it worked out, getting it down here, and getting it done.
yeah.
But we'll sort it out. And but I reckon we'll call that one for today.
Yeah, but thanks for listening. If you've been listening,
Yeah, if you've been listening and been watching, I'm still trying to work this shit out, but I'll get this up on YouTube, and I'm working it out. But our podcast's out on SoundCloud. You can email us at bnjballsout at gmail.com if you want to just tell us to fuck off.
That's how we respond.
And yeah, so hit us up on the socials. Like, yeah.
But a few people have been liking and sharing.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for the likes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the sharing and the likes. Really appreciate that. And yeah, just hope you guys still keep enjoying what we're doing. And yeah, we'll have a bit more, hopefully, coming out next week.
Unless we're in proper lockdown, then we'll do a Skype thing. Oh, fuck it.
No, we can do it. I said to you, we can do a bloody
Yeah, we do the phone call.
thing.
But I like to look you in the eyes when we do this, so that probably wouldn't be the same for me.
You like to look the racist in the eyes. I'm not a racist.
You get that glint, like, oh, here it comes.
Here it comes. Oh, geez. Next week, Benny's going to have a mo. Jesus. Anyway, thank you for listening to BJ Balls Out Comedy Podcast.
Thank you very much, guys.